Well, we have one final and really, really great story for you on the show today, and this one's centering on addressing the skills gap. Kind of analogous to what we just were talking about, Dirk,
Sure.
with apprenticeships. This is from a little actually further up, or I don't know if you call that further upstream or downstream in the process. I guess it's further upstream, where this particular program we're going to talk about now talks about bringing people into the manufacturing industry at the university level. Navajo Technical University is the name of the system we're talking about here, and they provide university readiness programs, certificates, and degrees at the associate, baccalaureate, and graduate level for students in the Navajo Nation. Their Center for Digital Technologies helps foster knowledge and skills in advanced manufacturing processes, metrology, and material science. NTU's metrology education occurs within their advanced manufacturing program, which is a 4-year Bachelor of Applied Science degree. And we're joined now, I think, hopefully we're joined now. We are. Right on, we love it. We're joined now by Professor H. Scott Halliday, the director of the center, as well as Lisa Willis, one of the students in the program, as well as I believe we also have Adrian Teneker with us also.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, there it is. Hey,
perfect.
Great. You're right there in your shop. That looks awesome. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having us.
Hey, no problem. And Scott, before we get started, why don't you just tell us a little bit about how this program began and who it serves and kind of the rundown.
Sure. So we have been getting into advanced manufacturing and trying to educate our students through the whole design, manufacture, and validation through that whole loop. And the more we started manufacturing, the more we realized that we had to have more for validation and verification side of it. So we've been building our our metrology infrastructure so that we could provide that education. And then as we are doing that, we realized that there's not a whole lot of metrologists out there, or there's a huge need for metrologists, inspectors, and the like. So we do a lot of 3D printing, and it's very quick for us to get parts done during our classes in the CAD classes and other classes. And you know, it's also easy for us just to go in and start measuring, and it was something that it seemed easy for us to incorporate and to fill that huge need.
And you've got some great equipment. You can see in the background there, you've got some really, really cool equipment there in the backdrop. You can see equipment from, I think it's Metrology Works and Faro, Hexagon. I mean, there's some really great high-tech equipment that you have in your shop there.
Yeah, so we started working with NASA in 2006 doing laser scanning for facilities and digital manufacturing. And from there, we kind of kept doing scanning processes, white light scanning. We're now doing CT scanning. So we do hard probing, and we're trying to get a good expansion of technology in here, so the students have really good hands-on applications.
That's awesome. And let's turn to Lisa and Adrian for a minute here, and maybe Lisa, we can start with you, and then Adrian, you can kick in too. What drew you both into this curriculum? If you can speak to that a little bit. What attracted you to it?
Well, we're both in the industrial engineering field, and all the labs that we've conducted here in the metrology lab is from our classes, engineering classes, is what drew us in here. Well, drew me in here. I really enjoy modeling and 3D printing, and then measuring to make sure that my parts have come out correctly.
That's great. Adrian, what about you?
Like Lisa said, we're both in the industrial engineering program, and I've actually had Scott as one of my instructors for one of my classes. So doing projects with him and working on building and modeling, that's pretty much what brought me into the fabrication lab, and just doing all the hands-on and learning all of the modeling is pretty much what kept me here.
And I'm kind of throw this question to both of you. Throughout the show, we've been talking about kind of diversity in the workplace, particularly in manufacturing, diversity in terms of women, and diversity also in terms of minorities. So what do you think industry can do or colleges could do or whatever to bring more women and minorities into what can be a very good career, a very well-paying career?
I think that like junior, middle school, and high school students, they come in on tours, and I've noticed that lots of the females are as quiet, but once we give the tours, they ask more questions. If I believe that we kind of inspire the young females in the high school and junior high. So when they do come on tours, those are the questions that I usually direct them to, ask them what they want to do, and normally they like what they see in the lab, and that's what it is that they want to do. And then we just kind of invite them, like even after school, to come by. If they're interested, they can come and do some 3D printing if they want. So I think that would be a great opportunity, is if it's available for them after school.
I think you said something really interesting there. If I heard you right, you said maybe the young women or the girls who come in might be kind of quiet until they see you two. They see two women. Now they feel comfortable to kind of to talk about these careers, talk about technology and so forth. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Role models.
So that you guys kind of become role models. As women, you become role models for younger women. They see that, hey, you guys are doing this.
I can do it too.
I can do it too. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that is really cool. And Adrian, is that your experience too, that you see that fostering that sense of kind of aspiration from the next generation of young ladies in particular, looking up at you and saying, hey, I can do that myself?
Yeah, I do. When I come across a group of students, I like to focus more on the females because you don't see a lot of females in this program. So being able to talk to them and let them know, this is what I do, this is what I'm capable of, it really helps them to open up, and they talk to you more about, oh, I've been interested in this, but I didn't know how to get into it, because they don't have those female role models to show them. So me and Lisa are able to do that.
And Scott, you and your group, I'm not sure if Lisa and Adrian were at CMSC in Reno. I know you were there, Scott. And there was a lot that you guys and your team learned and your students learned at the show this year. So what were some of those things?
Yeah, so CMSC was a great experience for us. We saw a lot of the certification processes where they got the information for the certification so we can better prepare our students for those certification processes. We got, some hands-on activities for best practices using the ARM, the portable CMMs, and things like that, and great networking. So one of the major things is having ball bars and standards and those kind of things, but also where those resources of best practices were housed. So NPL, we're getting a lot of information from there to help build our curriculum. So our plan is to really create a metrology specific program here within our the next few years in the lab. So we have funding for a new building so that we can get a certifiable lab in not only metrology but materials testing here, and then so the students get an idea of how to operate within a certified lab.
And I guess I'd like to ask, I'll start with Lisa. Once you've graduated, what is your goal? Where would you like to end up?
I've already completed my industrial engineering degree. So right now I'm in the Navajo Studies program. So what I'm working on, the master's program for Navajo Studies. So what I'm working on right now is creating Navajo words for additive manufacturing.
Wow.
So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
That's interesting. So your goal is to somehow, I guess, communicate in the Navajo language what this technology is all about?
Yes. My goal is to create the additive manufacturing Navajo language, and then also to present a research poster in Navajo so we can relay all the new technology we're learning to the elders, so that way they'll be kind of more open to this new technology that we have here, and also hopefully we can start incorporating the Navajo language in schools, because schools right now, some junior high and high school students do 3D printing. So this would be great to teach them as they're learning.
Wow. And what about you, Adrian? What's your goal?
Right now, I'm in my senior year of my industrial engineering. We are expanding here, so I'm looking to stay local and help Scott here.
Wow.
Yeah, so my goal for them is to keep them. We're working on economic development here and bringing in metal AM and other manufacturing, and we really want to be able to support that through our metrology and materials testing center. And I need my workforce first so that we have someone here who can help teach and train other students so that the students who want to go somewhere else have that capability and the skills, so that the nationwide that we will be known as a metrology school, well versed in the equipment and software and techniques for inspection and measurements generally.
All right.
That is really cool.
Well, that's fantastic, guys.
Yeah, really, really good story. Thank you for sharing it. I'm really glad we could work you guys into the show today. I know we had to do some fast juggling this week to get you in, but I'm glad you all could join us because that was a really interesting segment of the show.
Oh, well, great. Thanks for having us.
And where can people find out more about your program?
So we have a website at www.navajotech.edu, and within there is a link to the Center for Digital Technologies, and you can find more information there.
Okay, navajotech.edu. Okay, well, Scott, Lisa, and Adrian, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good
Enjoy
luck.
the rest of your manufacturing day.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.